Chris, we just talked to Brady Sheldon. What can you tell us about this young man?
Well, I mean, he's big, he's physical, he's long, he's got good length, runs pretty well. He's very versatile. He can play Mike or Will and can play all four teams.
You had him just at the end of last year?
Last year, yeah, he played against Edmonton here, or when they played in Toronto last year.
Can you tell me about trying to make corrections and trying to put in a game plan, considering it's a short week and it's cross-country travel?
Yeah, there's a lot of things. Everybody has to face. Saskatchewan faced it last week. After playing on a short week, that's just part of being in the CFL. So you carry over what you can carry over, and you try to keep it as simple as you possibly can, and keep the learning curve small where the guys can play fast.
Could that be a good opportunity, though? Like you said, you got to keep it simpler. Could that be a good opportunity? These guys don't have to think as much.
Yeah, you know what? We've trimmed it a bunch, and trimmed it even more, in the last couple of days. So I mean, it's a very simple game plan, and we want to try to let our guys play as fast as we possibly can.
Your team played with a lead for a while in the game on Saturday, and then
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row, we have a lead in the fourth quarter. We got to learn to protect the lead. We got to learn how to finish a game. It's all three phases. It's not just one phase. I mean, it's special teams has played good, but then in the fourth quarter we've not played our best football. So I mean, we got to play three-phase football for 4 quarters, and if we do that, we can learn to win games.
Talk a little bit about Hamilton. Do you feel it's a bit of a sleeping giant? Obviously, 0-3, no one really expected them.
Well, I mean, nobody would have expected, them to be 0-3. They have an awful good football team. They have a lot of experienced players. They have a tremendous coaching staff and personnel department. So, again, they haven't been to as many Grey Cups and won as many games as they have without being a good program. So we've got our hands full. We've got to get on the airplane with the right mindset.
How difficult is their receiving core to defend, considering they seem to run all over the darn field?
Yeah, they're run after catch guys. They're all a lot like Nelson for us. Smaller guys that have a lot of quickness, a lot of speed. They can all return. They can all, they're good with the ball in their hand. And so, again, you just have to know where they're at all times.
You're widely known for your ability to evaluate and recruit. And again, more transactions today from the Elks. What's your daily process like? Do you go back and watch a lot of film? Are you relying on your scouts? How does it all shake down?
Well, again, a lot of it's cap related, unfortunately. I mean, we kept a lot of guys the first couple of weeks because of injuries and nicks and bruises and things of that nature, and we had some cap room in order to be able to do that, to try to evaluate who we had on the roster. And now, after a couple of weeks, we had to trim it down this week, and we're just trying to, again, every decision that we make is to try to win a game and try to win a Grey Cup. Those are the decisions that we try to make.
But you still have to be in position to make those moves and know that you're filling in a guy with another quality player. Are you on your laptop looking at a film all the time?
Oh yeah, I mean since they've trimmed our people down to 21, our coaches spend a amount of time, whether it's 30 minutes or an hour every day, doing personnel responsibilities. And myself, G. Roy, and our personnel staff, we're hard, trying to find the next guy to come in and help us.
Ty Lockley has kind of been that guy to come in and help.
Oh, yeah.
What can you tell us about him? He's a guy who was a converted quarterback. I know he played wide receiver in Miami, but he's come in and done a nice job in various situations for you.
Yeah, I mean, Kai's a guy that's very versatile, and when they put in the rule with the 2 quarterbacks on the field at the same time, we knew we'd be able to gain some snaps both in special teams and offense, and he's done a real nice job of coming in and doing the things that we need him to do.
How does that help you? If you know that you have this guy that you can put in any circumstance, situation, and he's going to do the job?
Yeah, I mean, he's as good as anybody we have. I mean, he's a tall guy that runs extremely well. He's got strong hands. He's confident. He's a quarterback, so he knows the offense. He went through the whole camp, running offensive plays at the quarterback position. So he's got a really good understanding of what we're doing offensively, and just needs to stay on sides. He had two offsides penalties the other day. If we teach him to stay on sides, that would help us.
How do you like him as a wide receiver?
He's a good player. Again, we wouldn't have him there if we didn't think that he could do the job, and he reminds me a lot of what Darrell was as a rookie.
Something to be said about attitude. Will, he's I don't know if he thinks of himself as a quarterback or not, and whether that's kind of a step down for him in his head. But to say, yeah, I'll play receiver. You want me to play receiver just because you need me, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of guys that way. You know, we have a lot of guys that'll play different positions for us, and we'll play special teams. And I think that's a testament to what our team is. Again, we're in flux right now. We're working hard, and it's a high character group, and so we're just going to keep grinding and see where we can take this thing.
The Colin Kelly trade, from your perspective, what necessitated that?
Yeah, well, we had Ivy. Ivy's an awful good player. We had a lot of understanding of who he was from last year. He's tremendously physical. Colin had a really good, nice career over here in Edmonton, and it was a deal where we could get a draft pick, and so it was a kind of a no-brainer for us.
Is that harder and harder to come by, Chris? I mean, teams are trading a lot of, offering a lot of picks, even late rounders.
Yeah, I mean, and next year's draft is really good, and we gave us up a second for Pelly, and then we gave up another late round pick for two players with Toronto, so we were able to pick up a couple of more guys, and again, it's a good draft next year, and so we want to try to accumulate as many as we can. All right, thank y'all.